Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a video on how to be a better Lee Sin player. This video is going to tell you what you need to do, what you need to work on in order to become the best. You won't come out of this video saying, oh my goodness, I'm an amazing Lee Sin player now, but you will come out of it saying, oh, I know what I need to do in order to become an amazing Lee Sin player. A lot of people ask me how they can improve on Lee Sin because he is a difficult champion to learn. There are a bit of haters out there who think that he's easy, all you got to do is land skill shots, but objectively speaking, compared to other champions in the league, he can be a bit tricky, and the difference between an experienced Lee Sin and a fresh Lee Sin is absolutely astronomical. So, what's the first thing that you're going to want to learn on Lee Sin in order to be better at him? Well, quite simply, quite obviously, play him a lot. You're going to need a lot of games under your belt in order to really know his strengths, his weaknesses, his limitations, how you're going to clear efficiently on him, that kind of stuff. Just play a lot. That's all you got to do, firstly at least. These are the foundations from which you'll build upon. Now, yes, you'll probably feed on him, yes, you'll probably suck at him, yes, you'll probably feel really weak, but stick with it, because the more you play him, the better you'll be. That's good advice for pretty much any champion. Don't worry, the rest of the tips are a bit better than this one. But just the first one, play him a lot, okay? Get a lot of games under your belt. The best Lee Sin players will probably have up of 1,000 or more games on him. So yeah, it takes a lot of practice. Now, the second thing you're going to need to learn, or what you're going to need to work on, is understanding the necessity for smart casting and finding ways that smart casts work for you. Now, this does come down to a lot of personal preference, really, how you do this. You can either have all of your abilities done on, normal cast, like I have here, and then you shift click them to smart cast them, or you just have everything done on smart cast right off the bat. Now, it does come down to your personal preference and how you like to do it, but Lee Sin is a champion who has a lot of fluid moves in his kit, a lot of combos that he'll want to get off, and the longer you take with these combos, the more time you give for your enemy team to react to them, and the less successful you'll be. Likewise, the more fluid you are with them, the more successful you'll be. So you will need to smart cast a lot of stuff on Lee Sin, and so you're going to need to find a way on how that works efficiently for you. Now, carrying on from that point, the third thing you're going to want to do to improve on Lee Sin is you're going to need to really nail down your smart cast ward hopping. So ward hopping on Lee Sin, for those who don't know, is where you put a ward down and then you jump to it. Very simple, right? Put a ward down and then you jump to it. Easy peasy. However, getting ward hops down so they're really fluid and really quick does take a bit more practice, and you're going to need to find a way for it to work for you. Put down your item in whatever slot you want it to be so that the key you press makes it easy for you to put it down quickly. Smart casting it, of course, and then smart cast the jump as well, so that you're just fluid with it. Really simple. And that wasn't very a long ward hop, but it's that kind of thing. You need to practice this. This is something you can practice in custom games, but you will need to practice this in real games as well, because a lot of it comes down to your dodging abilities, for example, or you're setting up other abilities. It's not quite as simple as just doing it in a custom game with no pressure. The next thing you're going to want to work on is having good ultimates on Lee Sin. Kicking your target into another target is a really, really efficient way to be playing Lee, and can really make your ultimates from pretty poor to pretty bloody amazing. If you have targets to kick into someone else, you're going to have a really nice time. And if you can play team fights or whatever it is and kick a target into 3 different people or 2 different people, chances are you're going to win that team fight. And if you're ganking and you can hit both of them with your ultimate, not just one person, again, chances are you're going to win or get more kills than you would otherwise. Really, really need to have some smart ultimates. Also knowing when to ult or when not to ult. You don't want to waste it, overkill. And you need to know as well how to use it in team fights, which brings us on to our 5th point, how to play Lee Sin in team fights. 2 big categorizations, I guess you could say, for Lee Sin, which is aggressive and defensive. Now, that may sound very obvious, but Lee Sin can either go in onto the back line and try and assassinate, try to distract the enemy carries, or try to displace the enemy carries by kicking them into your team. Or he can peel for his own carries, protect them, which he's quite good at doing because of his kick, because of his shield, and because of his slow on his E. Protect your own carries and let them win the team fight. Now, whichever one you do depends heavily upon how the game is going, the team comps, how you're doing, how you've built, what how your carries are doing, that kind of stuff. And there is no one size fits all answer to this. But I would say just play the game, and when you get into team fights, just be like, okay, so this time I'm going to dive the enemy carry. Does this work? And if it did work, ask yourself why. If it didn't work, ask yourself why, and try to learn from that, and then try to defend your own carries as well. It's really hard. I won't go into too much detail about this here because I could be talking for ages about it. But generally speaking, You know, if your carries are weak, you probably don't want to peel for them too much. And if the enemy carries are strong, you might want to look to just try and displace them in team fights as well if you can, so you can blow them up. People do say that he falls off, but, you know, he's not great later on. But if you can learn how to play team fights, chances are you'll be a lot better on Lee Sin overall. Now, the last thing for Lee Sin on what you're going to want to learn, what you're going to need to do on him, is combos. Now, this is all the flashy plays that you see in all the montages. Now, this is actually the last thing on my list you need to learn. A lot of people think this is the first thing. They pick up Lee Sin straight away and they're already like, oh my goodness, how do I deal with these plays? You don't need to worry about them too much because most of these plays just enhance already good plays rather than by themselves make a Lee Sin good. You know, they just make a good Lee Sin better. So you want to get the other stuff down first before you go for the flashy plays. Now, I will be doing a video later on explaining how to do these combos and all the little tips and tricks for Lee Sin and how to improve, like take your game to the next level. I won't be doing it in this video because we'll be talking for ages about it as well. But just watch some of like the Lee Sin montages. You'll probably see the combos in there, some different abilities like an insec or a kick flash or a flashy or whatever it is. Lots of different stuff really. And nope, I'm not AFK, I'm still here, Rito, please don't ban me. And that's, you know, that kind of stuff is the last thing you want to work at, and I will link to that video in the description once it's out there. But that's pretty much it for this video though, guys. You know, people always ask me how to be better Lee Sin, and this is the 6 things I think you should be working on in order to be better. So I hope you do find this video useful, guys. If you did like it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to me for more educational League content. You can find me on Facebook, on Twitter, and catch me streaming on Twitch as well. All those links are in the description, guys. But most importantly, of course, thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.